Oh, that's cute. It's always fun to kind of wander through the party finder every now and then. All right, Baderon, what's our next line on the quest? Call of the Forest. Ready to hear about that job, Dan? Like I said, the request comes from our sister guild in Gridania. And that's all I know. But whatever it is you get asked to do, I somehow doubt it'd pose any trouble for adventurers to survive the bedlam in Sastasha. If you think you might be interested, you'll want to have words with Mother Miounne, me counterpart in Gridania. Good luck, mate. Head to Gridania. I see. This is another one of those relocation quests. It's basically go from A to B. And I have no problem doing just that. Ah, our first foray into the Gridania Adventurers Guild. And there would be Mother Miounne. Take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will come to take your... Oh, not here to dine. Dare I hope that you're the adventurer Baderon sent word about? You are? The matron be praised. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Miounne, and the Garlean Canopy is my place. With regard to the task in question, there is a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you're ready to hear the details, and I shall brief you. Why, I am ready right now, Mother Miounne. Fire in the gloom. That sounds lovely. Ready for that briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it. Beg pardons for interrupting, Miounne, but our need grows ever more pressing. Have none stepped forward? And good morrow to you too, Bowlord. Your need must be pressing indeed for you to honor us with a visit. The good news is, your journey hasn't been wasted. I am pleased to report that we have a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that. Ah, you're the guy who's talking to... Damn, you're a Robin Hood looking dude. My thanks for answering the call, friend. My name is Lewin, and I lead the men and women of the God's Quiver. Now, time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. We wish for you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud. Beneath the central shroud, there lies an underground burial site called the Tan-Tara Deepcroft. The place was once a Gelmoran settlement, but we Gridanians have long interred our dead there. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been seen skulking about the Deepcroft, and with ever-increasing regularity. Oh boy, you've got necromancers, don't you? I'll get the bug spray. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that these individuals belong to the Lambs of Dalamud, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the Calamity. Oh no, it's worse than necromancers. You've got cultists. Ooh, dude, I'm gonna need the extra strength bug spray for this, aren't I? These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best men to scour the Deepcroft with orders to flush the cultists out. Alas, the Calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the Ixal at bay. So the Ixal are another tribe of beastmen. We will have more dealings with them later, I promise. The birdmen have grown restless of late, and I fear a storm may be brewing. In anticipation of this, I have been compelled to spread our forces throughout the Twelves Wood, lest we be taken unawares. The situation so being, we must turn to others to deal with the Lambs of Dalamud. Can we rely on you to undertake this task, friend? Go kill cultists? Oh, hell yeah, I can deal with that in a heartbeat. You have my gratitude. Once you've seen your preparations, pray make your way to the Deepcroft and identify yourself to the guard posted at the entrance. He will apprise you of the latest developments. That is all. Be careful out there, you hear? May the crystal guide you and keep you. And we are off to another dungeon. Yep. We went 15 levels without a single dungeon, and now we're gonna get 2 of them back to back. And the Tan-Tara Deepcroft is... that's Gridania. There's our main gate. So we just need to head out this way. Ah, what a serene area. I love the shroud areas, which are basically what we call the 12's Wood. They're always so peaceful and serene looking. Look at this. Here, let me turn the HUD off here. Like, look how beautiful this area is. You know, I don't need no damn 10,000 plus polys for a potted plant. If you guys can make areas look this good and still have decent performance, you are doing just fine. Don't mind me. I'm just making sure I have an aetheryte in the area. Makes my life so much easier if I can teleport around. Not to mention, if you haven't noticed, my gil has shot up significantly since we went into that first dungeon. I think I about doubled what I had just running through Sastasha. Again, just like XP, dungeon mobs drop obscene amounts of gold. It's good 10 times amounts. And well, that doesn't seem like much when we're used to guys that drop only like 2 or 3 at a time. You know, multiply that by 10, I start getting a decent amount before long. Oh dear. Well, they did say they were burying their dead here, and this definitely looks like some sort of burial mound. This, oh, excuse me. Excuse me, I said. I was in the middle of having some deep thoughts, and you've interrupted them. For that, you must die. See what I mean? I can just melt these guys compared to what's in the dungeon. But hey, check it out. Dolores Bear and his crew are here. You know, you guys gonna try running this one too? So again we meet. I cannot say I'm surprised to see you here. You took the prize back in Limsa, but this time we will give you better sport, or I am no true adventurer. You guys have no idea what you're in for, do you? Nope. There are fucking skeletons in here. And one of them is on my ass, isn't he? Yep, he is. Fine. You want to go? We'll go. Damn, that Fester does good damage. And toast. Magic bones be toast. Oh! Oh, he pushed me over the edge. I'm level 20 now. Maim and Mend. Ah, haven't seen one of these yet. This is our first trait. And these are basically passive things that you get as you level up. So this one increases our damage and HP regen by 10%. And increases damage and HP regeneration of the pet by 10%. Very nice. Very nice. Just a way to give us a little damage increase. You're a Dekumon Let's Play, I take it? Thanks for helping us out, friend. No doubt the Bowlord has already informed you, but your task is to enter the Deepcroft and purge it of the Lambs of Dalamud. In case you're unfamiliar with them, the cult emerged shortly before the Calamity put an end to the 6th Astral Era. The cultists took the Lesser Moon Dalamud for their god, believing that it would deliver them from their devastation. And so they were rather disappointed when Dalamud exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. But, you know, shit happens. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it served only to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. The Lambs of Dalamud are convinced that heretics, that is to say, everyone but them, interfered with the coming of their Lord and Savior, and that it's now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deepcroft, you may be sure that no good will come of it. For the sake of Gridania and Eorzea at large, put an end to their madness. The Tan-Tara Deepcroft is now available. Back into the duty finder we go. Let's see. Hang on, let me get this off of here. Oh, I have access to the roulettes now. Don't I? I do have access. So this is a very handy and important thing that if you're trying to get XP, which I am, you should do at least once a day. A dungeon or trial selected at random from among those you have unlocked. Successful completion earns you far greater rewards. They're not kidding. The daily bonus for doing a roulette is huge. And also, as you can see, a lot of times there's always an adventurer in need. Basically, who's got the least amount of rolls in the queue at any given time. Almost always it's tank, sometimes it's healer. For one specific queue, it will be DPS more often than not, but that's just because the fact that that queue needs a lot of DPS to go off. We won't see that one for a while, but trust me, this is very important to do for leveling, and I will probably do it off screen every day that I'm recording just to make sure my EXP gains stay as high as possible. Because the last thing I want to have to do is get stalled out just because I need to gain more levels to complete the main story. Anyway, back what I was doing. Tan-Tara Deepcroft. Since its establishment during Gilmoran times, This subterranean crypt has been used for generations as a final resting place for the remains of rulers and nobles. Since the Calamity, however, the tunnels have become overrun with the Lambs of Dalamud, a deadly cult whose worship the now fallen satellite as their savior. It is in the Deepcroft that these twisted souls silently plot revenge against those who fought to prevent the advent of Dalamud, summoning any dark presence who will aid them to this end, no matter what cost. Oh, great. It's not just cultists, it's necromancer cultists. Dude, I do not have enough bug spray for this. I know I don't have enough bug spray for this. Oh, this is a pleasant sounding place. The Tan-Tara Deepcroft. Yeah, this is a big hole in the ground. Jeez. Who's the frickin' architect of this place? Alright, who are we working with this time? Looks like a white mage, another gladiator, and our other DPS this time is actually a machinist, and oh, they're rushing. They are rushing. He wants to get through this. He wants through this bad. Yeah, that's fine. This dungeon's easy even for its level. So I'm not really gonna shed a lot of tears if he wants to push a little faster. There's nothing really to read in this one, which is kind of sad, to be honest. I kind of like the ones that actually give me extra things I can look at. Yeah. There we go. Get some good damage on these guys. I can't cast while we're running, dude. So this is the best I can do. I don't have a lot of AoE in my kit at the moment other than the pet. Which, granted, the pet does a half decent job of it, but still. Even the healer's getting it on the DPS this time. Isla Nildar, that would be our white mage, does not have a newbie leaf. Which, no, that's pretty much to be expected. You're not gonna see people with noob leaves all the time. I ran ahead of the tank. Ah, well. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Not in the dungeon of this level. This level is pretty damned easy. Oh, wow, I'm not even gonna get a chance to dot these guys so I can hit them with Fester. That's how fast we're melting them. We're all synced, too, so everyone running this is at least level 19. Or I should say that everyone is at least level 20. Up. Our first mini-boss. I call this a mini-boss because, honestly, this dungeon only has one actual boss at the end. Bunch of gravediggers. Here's our actual, oh god, I didn't even get to point out the Dalamud priest. We smoked him so fast that I didn't even get a chance to point him out. This is the actual mini boss. Is this void soul counter. He literally has only one actual mechanic, and it's literally just a frontal cone on the tank. It's a joke. And there it is, that's all he has. He's a pushover, he's a pansy, and now he's dead. Kill him, poke the cultist orb, and there goes one. Our loot is useless to me. I can't take that. That's a tank headpiece. I don't want a headpiece anyway because I don't want to lose my friendship circlet. Oh, he is really pulling hard, and I am standing in a bad spot. I am in a bad spot. Use my AoE rotation on these guys, which basically consists of downburst until I can't downburst anymore. That's my entire AoE rotation right there. Whereas the tank and the other DPS have a pretty reliable AoE spam at this point. Granted, it's one ability, but, you know, they can at least spam theirs. Me? No. 2 shots a minute, that's all I get. I'm not much in the way for AoE, I'm afraid. My single target's pretty good at this level, because I can double fester. But beyond that, I'll take a little energy drain, recharge the old aether flows. Yeah, I don't even need to blast it. And hell, even the healer's getting involved. All those rocks you're seeing flying up off the ground, that's the healer casting their damage spells. Nothing of any value in that chest. Wasn't even a real loot. It was just, oh, here's an ether. And hey, look, it's the same boss again. Just this time with 3 little imps instead of 2. Like, seriously, that's the only difference between this fight and the prior one, is just the fact that he gets a second imp. Or I should say a third imp. Beyond that, hey look, it's the same idiot again. It's another void soul counter. There's no change. And his little in thunder buff he gives himself really doesn't do much other than increase his damage by a tiny amount. And even then it's barely noticeable. The only thing that is noticeable is the fact that, once again, you are dead. Gonna poke the orb, loot the chest, find it's actually a book for us, so I can roll need on it. Which means I will get it, because I'm the only person that's in the group that can roll need. So no matter what happens, that book is mine. Tag this guy with an energy drain. And then throw a couple downbursts at these guys, because, you know, there's a big pack of them here. Might as well. Put our dots up. But I have no aether flows, so I can't fester. And my energy drain's on cooldown. Oh. And the thing I was targeting died before I could finish my cast. Oh, now everything's just dead. Like I said, these early dungeons are really easy. There's no real challenge here. Like, all the enemies are really such a joke that, look at us, we're at level and we're pulling 2 packs at a time. That's the sign of you being a little overpowered for the dungeon you're in. Now, granted, this is after 3 expansions worth of content, and people are, I shouldn't say people are, I should say that the characters have been mostly balanced around the higher level content, so this lower stuff is a little easier than it was originally meant to be. Granted, that's, hey, I'm now 21. Like I said, granted, that's slightly offset by the fact that tanks in general lost their ability to soak a huge amount of damage early game. But as you can see, this guy does not care. He is making mincemeat of everything. You know, he is doing exactly what a gladiator should. And I really should have energy drained to that guy. Like, really should have. Come on, guys. The actual way we want to go is over here. I think they got lost for half a second. Or, oh no, there's some more loot. As much as I would like that, I'm actually gonna pass on it because I don't want any headgear until I outgrow this friendship circlet. Because this thing gives me bonus XP, and bonus XP makes my life very, very happy. It's the reason I'm level 21 already. Ah, there would be our final way into the actual boss. However, there's, if you haven't noticed, there's a damp barrier in our road. Now, what do we do about that? Well, it's pretty simple. We just go around it. And by go around it, I mean we find the key and we break the damn thing. And again, you notice what's in there. Gravediggers and another priest, although that one actually has a name. The rest of these guys, you know, no names for you guys. No names whatsoever. Oh, I was standing in something I ought not to. Hit you guys with some downbursts. Thank you for the energy. I have a feeling I'll need it. These guys are rushing through here so fast, I can't get any decent cinematic shots. Kill them. Those guys will pick up the rosary, and then we can head back and turn off that barrier. Now, I'm gonna let the tank do this because whoever opens that barrier, they get all the friends. Seriously, all the guys are gonna aggro on them immediately. Yep, see? Oh, I accidentally pissed off one of the gravediggers. And, old adage, if the tank don't pick him up, take him to the tank. This guy's got a name, Octavio the Unforgiving. He's a little tougher than the average Dalamud cultist, but not enough that it actually matters. Instead, yep, you guessed it, there's a third void soul counter. Like, seriously, guys. No challenge whatsoever. You're still a joke. Now, granted, this guy is covering 2 orbs. Oh, hey, I got my book finally. I'll put that on after the dungeon. And toast. We poke an orb. They poke the other orb. And we reveal the dungeon boss. As soon as we get a lovely bridge building cinematic. Now, what were you idiots trying to do? Who summons me from the void to reside within this cruel place? I think. I didn't see the last word in time. You seem surprised. Did you not cross our gates? Come hither, children of the dawn. The undying master. God damn it. Those things were going fast. All right, so this guy actually has mechanics, but again, they're really simple. It's basically just here to teach you the simple fact that yes, bosses have mechanics. And again, so his basic mechanic is he summons these inconspicuous imps, and while they're alive, he's invulnerable. Boo-hoo. No big deal. Easy as pie. It's like falling off a log. Other than that, I think the only thing he has is a big old point blank AoE. And there's that. See, also this time he summoned some actual ads to play with, but this imp is still the first thing we want gone. So we can go back and AoEing everything down. Like this, see? Boom, everything's dead. Take that. Grab one of those. Yeah, there's this big old point blank AoE mind blast. Pretty simple, just don't stand in it and everybody's happy. And there we go. Now this time he summons 2 imps. And hopefully the tank's doing his job and pulling everything he can. I don't know why he's wasting time dealing with those. You know what? Let's blast him with a sky shard. Haha, 379 damage. Pretty damn good compared to what I can throw out, and that's only a level 1. And oh, toast, I didn't get to point it out in time, but when you're on the final boss of a dungeon, or any boss in a raid or trial, you actually gain access to the next bar. And if we were at a party of 8, we would start with access to 2 bars naturally, which means we could go all the way to a level 3. And a level 3 limit break is a thing to see. And hopefully we'll be seeing a good few of those. So let's see. Ooh. I'll take that. And I'll take that. And I will commendate our healer. Ah. Okay, Mother Miounne, we have taken care of your cultist problem. And holy cow, I needed a lot of bug spray for this one. There was a huge amount of pests in there, seriously. How do you guys let these infestations get this big? Welcome back, Dekumon. I'm reliably informed that your foray into the Deepcroft was a success. Nor did I expect anything less. Baderon's ringing endorsement left me in little doubt as to your capabilities. Even so, you are to be commended. Lord Lowen asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say, it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. The usual ref round around here. I can't talk. Bleh. The usual riffraff around here are pretty much useless. All they do is drink and brag. Sadly, death has become an ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we are hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves, with predictable consequences. As if to illustrate the point. Oh no! Aver's gone, and it's all your fault! If it hadn't taken you an age to heal him, he'd still be alive. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish the spell. He shouldn't have been so hard-pressed in the first place. You should have done more to lighten his burden. Bah! To hell's with this pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving, and it'd be too soon if I never see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm out of here. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. Oh, and by way of some parting advice, get rid of Aver's head. Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hells you like with it. But for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, all right? I'm pretty sure that's a lady, but I apologize. Also, she's carrying around the head. Wait, don't leave me alone, please. I'm so sorry, Aver. Please forgive me. Why are you carrying around a dude's severed head? Scenes like this have become all too common. That makes 12 times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventures of your experience. I can send men like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much at any rate. Speaking of missions, I would entrust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Ul'dah. She seeks the services of a reliable adventurer, and you are nothing if not reliable. If you think you might be interested in this task, say the word, and I will be glad to share the details with you. Let's see what we've got to work with. I definitely don't need that, And that's worse than what I'm wearing, so we're gonna take the elegant bronze pieces, which are basically just cash to be cashed in. And she has another quest for us, but I think that's gonna be it for this one. So, we've finally made it to the main storyline. We're finally starting to see dungeons, and if I remember correctly, just to poke my nose at this one, Call of the Desert. Right, that one's gonna take us to Ul'dah, which will take us to another dungeon. That's right, we're getting 3 dungeons pretty much back to back, which is kind of the reason why I want to break this up here. So, if you've enjoyed this, please leave a like and favorite, and subscribe to join me on my quest to see what our 3rd dungeon is going to be. And hey, if you see any of the other players who've shown up on my party list, give them a shout. You know, it's always fun to see yourself on camera, and they deserve it. They really do. Until then, see you guys in the next video.